So it seems like the crypto space is really adopting this gamble mindset with meme coins hitting a year-to-date high in online chatter, according to Sentiment.
Right, that's interesting because it shows that traders are increasingly leaning toward high risk, speculative bets, not necessarily calculated investments, right?
Exactly. It's like um, we're witnessing a shift from traditional crypto discussions around Bitcoin or layer one protocols to this surge in meme coin talk, where risk and quick profits are the
Yeah.
main attraction.
And it's not just the chatter, there's data behind it. For example, the overall crypto market rose 10% in the last 8 days, while Bitcoin only gained 7%, which clearly indicates that some investors are going for the riskier assets.
Absolutely. And the way Brian Quinlivan of Santiment put it really underscores a gamble mindset, saying traders are basically investing purely on speculation and short term gains. It's like a
Yep,
high stakes poker game out there.
that's a pretty bold analogy. But wouldn't you say that this approach might be a bit reckless in the long term?
Well, it sort of is, isn't it? I mean, these traders are chasing immediate returns and riding the wave of hype instead of basing decisions on fundamentals. It's like betting on whether lightning will strike twice rather than building on solid ground.
True, but there's always been, some risk tolerance in crypto. What's particularly interesting is how Dogecoin made a comeback recently, especially with ETF news stirring things up in the US market.
Yeah, exactly. Dogecoin's social sentiment shot up after a major decline in April, mainly because of ETF filings, with the SEC waiting until
Yeah,
mid June
indeed.
to decide. This shows that even after a slump, meme coins can quickly rebound when the right news hits.
And it raises the point that the memecoin ecosystem is highly sensitive to news and regulatory announcements, right?
Precisely. It's like the whole market is living in the moment. When traders see ETF filings for Dogecoin or other significant news, they instantly pivot to those high risk, high reward bets. They're ready to gamble on the next big surge.
Also, there's that interesting phenomenon where memecoin discussions surged past even Bitcoin discussions online. That's quite something, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's almost counterintuitive considering Bitcoin's longstanding dominance, but it shows how the hype and the ability to generate buzz can really push a niche segment like meme coins to the forefront. It's
Yeah.
all about the social dynamics.
And then there's the volume data from DeFi Llama on PumpSwap and Pump.fun. Their trading volume just spiked dramatically, which really reinforces the idea that meme coins are catching fire, at least in the short term.
Exactly. It's like from 1.7 billion to 11 billion on PumpSwap in monthly trading volume, and Pump Fund's volume rising as well. These numbers are hard to ignore.
Yep.
It definitely points to a renewed interest, albeit speculative, in these tokens.
It seems like despite the high volatility and inherent risks, there's a magnetic pull towards meme coins, especially after events like Trump's meme coin launch earlier this year stirred things up.
Yeah, that launch really set off a chain reaction in the space. It boosted activity on platforms like Pump It Fun, even if the initial frenzy eventually cooled down. People just love the unpredictability.
Yet, while the hype is undeniable, some analysts like CoinGecko's Bobby Ong pointed out that memcoin interest dropped following a string of disappointing launches, didn't he?
Right. Bobby Ong mentioned that investor interest fell after some not so great token launches, like the fallout from the Libra token
True.
incident. It's like a roller coaster, big peaks followed by sharp drops.
I can see that. It makes me wonder, though, doesn't it, whether this gamble mindset is sustainable or if it's just an inevitable bubble waiting to burst.
That's a valid critique. While the current surge in meme coin discussions and trading volumes can be exciting, it's really short term hype. It's like racing a sports car at full throttle. It's thrilling, but not exactly fuel efficient for the long haul.
Yeah,
There's a risk of burnout here.
right? And considering the current regulatory uncertainties like the ETF filings and delays in SEC decisions, it seems like the market is treading on thin ice, so to speak.
Exactly. These developments are like double edged swords. They can cause massive spikes in sentiment, but can also lead to equally massive reversals. It's this rapid flux that defines the current crypto mood. Definitely a volatile environment.
What do you think might be the next move for traders caught up in this speculative frenzy?
I think they'll continue to chase after that immediate excitement, especially as more news on ETF filings and other regulatory moves develops. But it's risky. The same environment that fuels high returns can also lead to precipitous
Yeah,
downturns. It's a gamble in every sense of the word.
that's the irony, isn't it? The drivers of the market are embracing risk as a core strategy, even as the market itself seems increasingly unpredictable.
Absolutely. And that's the essence of the current crypto narrative. Traders are more like gamblers than investors
Indeed.
these days. They're riding waves of sentiment rather than analyzing fundamentals.
Do you think this shift toward a gamble mindset might eventually drive more regulatory scrutiny?
Oh, for sure. Increased speculative behavior, especially when it leads to extreme market movements, tends to attract attention from regulators. It's like fireworks that inevitably catch the eye of the authorities. And we
Yeah,
might soon see more interventions or stricter guidelines as a reaction to this frenzy.
that might actually temper some of the speculation or at least force traders to be more cautious, right?
Potentially, yes. But knowing crypto, it has a way of adapting. Even under pressure, the community often finds new ways to innovate
Mm,
and work around restrictions. It's this very resilience that keeps the space so dynamic.
Overall, it sounds like we're seeing a fascinating interplay between high risk speculation, regulatory developments, and the ever changing landscape of online sentiment.
Exactly, it's an exciting but unpredictable scene. One minute you're riding high on a meme fueled surge of optimism, the next you're facing a market that can flip on a dime. And that's what
Yep,
makes crypto
indeed.
so intriguing.
No doubt about it. We'll have to keep a close eye on how these trends evolve, especially if the gamble mindset expands its influence even further.
For sure, it's a wild ride, and as long as the hype persists, we can expect plenty more twists and turns. Here's to watching the crypto roller
Exactly.
coaster with all its ups and downs.